27th. The wind is coming out of the northwest they were calling for up to 6. It's probably about 2 to 3 miles an hour right now, and it's maybe about 40 degrees. So the conditions are good. Definitely not one of the bucks that we're looking for in this spot. But it was kind of fun to see. Mature buck on the move. I called and, it wasn't 4 minutes later, he was right up here breaking a tree and stomping around. So they're showing a little bit of aggressive behavior, which for the 28th of October is encouraging. Definitely a mature buck on the move. Afternoon of day 3, October 29th. I'm heading up this creek valley to a tree stand that I've got set up that's specifically for this buck that we call the G5 buck. He's been living in that area for a few years now. He was very visible there last year. We've had some pictures of him on the trail camera in that general area, but it's a cool spot to hunt. I love using this creek. It's a neat way to keep from being seen, heard, or smelled on the way into the tree stand. That's it for this evening. I have a doe behind me in the beans yet, so I've got to be a little bit careful when I climb down. But the real excitement was a pretty nice buck that came out on the other edge of this food plot. He wasn't one of the bucks that I was planning on hunting back in this spot. He wasn't a deer that I came in here looking for, but he's a good solid buck, probably a 10-pointer, the best I could tell. That's what we're hoping to see. The weather's supposed to be a little bit warm for the next couple of days, then really cool down next week. So I think if you haven't got plans, I'd be thinking about taking a couple of days of vacation off next week. It's starting to get good. Afternoon, day 4. It's October 30th. And I'm back in the same stand that I was in 2 evenings ago, which is a stand that I call Old Reliable. Conditions are a little bit better tonight, windier, probably a 15-mile-per-hour wind out of the west. It's perfect for this stand. Blows my scent right over the valley on the downwind side. That's where I come in from. So it works out good for entry and exit. I can get in and out of here without being detected. This has been such a good spot over the years. There's a lot of timber around this food plot, so there could be any kind of deer holed up back in that timber and pop out on here tonight. There's a little buck coming out on the end of the field. He's a whopper. I can't wait to get down there and take a look at him. I had to shoot him again. I don't know what happened with that original hit. I just hit him too high. I don't know if I made a bad shot or if the deer ducked at the sound of the string or what happened there, but I'm gonna take luck in this case. I've had my share of bad luck over the years. It's just really cool to finally see the luck even out on such a big deer as this. I can't wait any longer. I've been up here for too long already. I'm gonna go down and look at this buck. Oh man. Look at the size of this thing. Look at the body on him. And look at those antlers. Holy cow. There's no ground shrink on this one. Look at that thing. All these sticker points. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticker points off his brows and base. Big long mane beams. He's a beautiful old deer. Now I know this wasn't one of the 4 bucks on my hit list, but hopefully nobody's going to condemn me for shooting this buck. We do have a lot of history with this deer, even though I didn't put him on the American Hunter's top 4 hit list. This is a deer that first appeared back in the 2009 season on the same ridge where I shot him. He was a 3.5-year-old buck that had the same type of frame, 10-point wraparound frame with just a couple of short sticker points around his brow tines, around the bases. At that time, we let him go because he was too young and he had a lot of potential. We looked for him in 2010 thinking that, here's a buck that at age 4 is going to be one of our target animals for the season, and he never showed up. We never got any trail camera pictures of this buck. We never filmed him, never saw him, completely vanished. I have no idea where this deer went. And then come September, early September of this year, we put the trail camera video out, and we started picking this deer back up again. And right away, the guys in the office recognized him immediately. So it's pretty cool that this deer completely disappeared off the farm and then popped back up again more than a year later. And we have no idea where he went, but we do know that when he came back again, he was a whole lot bigger. Even though he wasn't on my top 4 list for American Hunter, there's no way that I was going to pass him up. The rut is really just starting to get going here. This deer was not with a doe, he was out feeding. And I'm sure he was going to do some cruising after he worked his way through this bean field. He probably had some kind of a loop that he was going to make and check a few areas to see what was going on, and keep kind of general tabs on the does. But that's not it for the season, fortunately. Those 4 bucks that I'm after are still out there, and I still have another tag in my pocket. Here in Iowa, you get a landowner's tag if you own land. So I use my landowner tag on this buck. So I've got my statewide bow tag still in my pocket. I'm going to keep hunting right on through the whole rut or until I fill it. So I'll be hunting all this coming week to see if I can find one of these other bucks on my top 4 hit list. Come back again and join me next week for the next episode of Whitetail Season right here at AmericanHunter.org.